guys, welcome back to part 2 of this little wedding Q&A we got going on here.
Yes.
Excited to answer some more of your questions. Let us begin. Everyone please rise and join us in the singing of our national anthem.
All right. So, part 2. Question 1, here we go. Are you having a bridal party? How are you thinking through this? So this is probably our most talked about topic. Not that we even disagree on, it's just that we haven't figured out what we want to do yet. I'll say what I'm thinking.
Sure.
So I am very pro not having a groomsmen or bridesmaids standing up next to us, or making it a big deal that they all get the same color dress or tux or suit or whatever. I just think having those people that I would have stand up next to me be included in the wedding, whether it's reading a reading or giving a speech or being an usher or ring bearer or something like that, just because I feel like that's more important anyway. Those people would be more valuable rather than just like, here's my friend standing up next to me. But also we have a lot of, the difference between Jeff and I is I have a much smaller group of like friends that I've grown up with who would be in it, and Jeff has a much bigger group of people that you would include. So then it's like, well, who do we cut people out of Jeff's to make it equal to my smaller group, or so it's just, we're figuring it out. But I think the idea where I wanted, the idea that I had was to not have anyone technically that bridesmaids or groomsmen, and then give those people a real role in the wedding, whether that's like the things I just said, but then still invite them all to the bachelor party. Yeah. It's just because then you don't have to be so political.
So it's important for both of us to make the people who are closest to us feel very important on the day. It's just, does that necessarily need to be in a bridal party?
Right.
And like we genuinely don't know, we're figuring that out. Or do we give all of those people who would normally be in our bridal party a very important role that I feel like normally in a bridal party you wouldn't get?
Yeah.
So we don't know yet. I do like the idea of like having bridal party like pictures, because I want a lot of pictures like with us and our closest people with us.
I think, but where I'm coming from is I feel like as long as we just make an effort to do that anyway, then it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To be determined.
Yeah, who knows?
You all picked a venue? Question mark. Yes.
Yes, we have. I think there's a question about how we picked, so we'll wait for that.
Okay.
But the venue is Chef's Kiss, the most beautiful place in the entire world.
Yes.
I'm in love with it.
Yeah, it's
perfect.
Gorgeous. The only thing I'll say is picking a venue is like picking an apartment to rent or a house to buy, in that there won't be one venue that checks off every box that you're looking for, and there is no perfect venue.
Yeah, it's a compromise effort.
We learned that very, very quickly in our process, and we, sat down and was like, okay, which venue checks off the most boxes that we are looking for?
All right, in a hetero-dominant world, where do you draw your inspiration for the wedding?
Good question.
I think the same place that everyone else does, the internet. We follow florists or search hashtags or on Pinterest. So I think in the same way that everyone else does, just because I can draw inspiration from a straight heterosexual marriage, like a wedding, I can be like, oh, I really love their flowers, even if it's a male-female wedding. So
I think a lot of people, 90% of the people who will be at our wedding, this will be their first gay wedding.
It'll
maybe even higher than 90%. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of those people don't know what to expect coming into the day, and I think after it, they're gonna be like, oh, it was a wedding. Yeah. Like there's really not gonna be many differences.
Yeah. But I mean, have you never been to a gay wedding?
Nope.
So having never been to a gay wedding, I still feel like that.
Totally.
I still feel like we have a friend, a gay couple getting married this summer, and we're going to their wedding, and I'm excited to see if there is anything different, because honestly, I'm feeling like it's different.
But I mean, we can make it as different or as the same as we want.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of these people after are gonna be like, oh, it's the same thing, just two guys walking down the aisle. I mean, I think we're pulling a lot of hetero-dominant traits or traditional aspects of the wedding in terms of like a traditional ceremony.
Yeah. Not in a church, but
no. And then first dances, best man speeches, you know.
But it's crazy that those are hetero-dominant traditions when really they should be traditions for everyone.
Correct.
Or no one.
We're making them traditions.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a wedding planner or are you doing everything by yourselves? Great question. So we have met with a few wedding planners.
Yes.
And something we have learned is because we both really like being, you know, in charge and we know what we want.
Yes.
I think at the moment we've decided on just getting a wedding planner for the day of logistics.
Yeah. Which really means like a month before they really like start getting all of our contacts, and then that person manages all of the deliveries and setups and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now
we have the time, we have the vision.
Yeah.
I want to be a part, like very involved and plan it.
It's also like expensive.
Like so expensive.
Crazy.
Right. So if we could save that money that we would pay a wedding planner and put it towards a band or flowers or something, I'd much rather do that.
But I will say, no shame to anyone using a wedding planner. If you are someone who like is like, I want to have this wedding,
plan it.
Then that is for you. But for us, I need to be in every aspect of, you know.
We want to be and remain in the driver's seats.
Yes.
Watch, it's horrible.
Right. It was not our fault. Do you guys argue about planning the wedding? If so, who usually wins the argument? I don't think we argue. We also like, wedding planning comes in like 30 to 45 minute increments because
I feel like we've established this disclosed rule that like when we plan, it's an hour max a day so that we don't get overwhelmed, we don't overthink things.
Right.
And that sort of keeps us at bay in terms of arguing or disagreeing on anything.
Yeah.
But so far, so good.
Yeah, so far, so good. What did you consider when
read it again.
What did y'all consider when selecting a venue?
So I think going in, we had an overall vibe of what we wanted the space to look and feel like.
There you go.
And we walked into our venue that we ended up choosing and like we
were blown away.
Yeah, we were blown away and we just felt it and I could visualize it and we knew that it was like the one. Again, like we said before, like no venue's gonna check off every box. Like we definitely had to make some compromises.
Right.
However, this one I think definitely checked off the most boxes.
Yeah.
Went with our theme and hope it doesn't rain.
Right. Okay, what do you think will be the biggest challenge in the married life?
I think the biggest challenge will most likely be introducing kids into our lives. Not that we're gonna like argue, but I think it's just an external force that like is inevitable that we're going to have maybe disagreements or not disagreements, but tough times.
Like while parenting? Yeah.
We're bound to come go down rough roads.
Of course.
Raising kids.
I also think being gay and going through the process of having kids is going to be a mentally draining, emotionally draining experience. So I think that's going to be a tough one. But I think going in knowing there will be challenges is good enough. If I anticipated that, this is going to be really something that's going to struggle in our marriage, then we probably wouldn't be getting married.
Yeah.
Those are things you should probably figure out before. Like, Jeff doesn't do his laundry. That's a character flaw that he won't fix. Then we're probably gonna fix that before we decide. That was you know what I mean, but.
Yeah. I think, so question says, what do you think the biggest challenge in married life is gonna be?
Yeah.
I vote raising kids. Is that what you're voting to?
Yeah, I'm saying I think like, raising kids and having kids overall, because I think it's gonna put us to a financial drain. It's just gonna be, I think the idea of having kids, whether it's through IVF, whether it's through adoption or whatever, is going to be a very, very happy time, but also very stressful.
Are you stressed?
No,
Not
really at all.
I get stressed at moments when we have to make big decisions. Like, we obviously had to put a deposit down on our venue and I was like, like, is this the right move. So like those moments are stressful, and like the same with picking a band. I was like, like.
I think anytime we plan for over an hour, it's like we're both ready to like, like at 46 minutes, the 46-minute mark hits, and I'm like, no, we should use this money to buy a house. We should use this money. I'm like, we're not doing this. This is dumb. This is whatever.
Yeah, Taylor gets like, whenever we like make big decisions, he's like, oh, we shouldn't be doing this. This isn't money that we could buy 2 cars.
It's not even the big decisions yet because we've only made two decisions really, and it's been they're small deposits in comparison to what the big price will be. But it's just the when we decide to look at flowers, then I think about how much flowers cost, and we look at any decorations we want to get or rentals, and then it's like, oh my god, what the hell are we doing? But
it's okay.
It's something that we've saved for and we've planned for and we are continuing to save for. So
I think there will be times where we are very stressed as it gets closer. Do you think you're going to be a bridezilla?
No.
No?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Cool.
Did anyone else know about the proposal except Jeff? Or was it just you? So I think I said this in the ring video. So Jeff's parents knew, obviously. I told them I was going to propose to their son. So I told them, I told his sister, I told his family at Christmas, when they were all around. And then I told my best friend, my family, and then Jeff's best friend. And so I took my best friend and Jeff's best friend to get the rings with me. So that was it.
How are you guys keeping all the wedding details organized? Well, we have an Excel spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, we do. I thought this question was funny because I didn't think we were planning anything, but we do have some details.
With like our budget,
yeah,
allocations, and our
guest list,
like vendors and everything. Oh, and with guest list.
Yeah, rough guest list, but so yeah, we just use an Excel right now. But there are a ton of, at least for like, someone got us like a book from the Knot, and there's other planning things, but they're all very.
And we have the Mindy.
Yeah, but they're all very straight things. It's like,
right,
you're like, here's your dress fitting, stuff like that.
Right.
Like, so I'm sure if we went to the groom side, we could figure out our stuff, but there's only one groom side, and then there's a bride side of things that don't pertain to us. So
let's write our own book.
Let's write a gay wedding detail book. So
after this wedding, let's do it.
Just Excel for now. What is the most challenging thing about planning an LGBTQ plus wedding?
I'll start. I think for me, it's just like sort of having a template for the ceremony.
Yeah, I would say
just because like we're not doing it in a church, obviously, because we can't. But just a template in terms of like reading, vows,
walk down,
like, for me, I haven't found anything yet on that, but like I know we're gonna be fine and we're gonna create our own. But that's it. I mean, that's all I got.
I agree.
Do y'all have a Pintersport going? Yes.
We've had one for a long time.
Yes, I love it. Keeps everything organized.
Yes. Is there going to be a giant cake?
I kind of am like, let's get a fake cake and just Costco sheet cakes in the back in the kitchen. The chef cuts them up. No one ever knows. Cakes are so expensive.
That was on Shark Tank, the cake rental thing.
Really?
Yeah, the cake.
I'm so for it.
It's just like a fake cake rental. And
it's such a waste of money.
You cut one piece out of the back, like a sheet cake. But also, there's other ideas. You can have like cupcakes or donuts or whatever.
I want a donut wall.
Jeff's family makes this like, it's called like the birthday cake that Jeff's grandma made. And so everyone gets it made for their birthday, and it's like my favorite cake in the world. And so I would love to have that cake.
Yeah.
Your mom would probably love to make it too.
Yeah. So. I just think like nothing against like all of the bakeries or anything, but I feel like when you create like a mass huge cake like that, it's hard to make it like look beautiful and stunning and also like have a great taste and flavor.
I disagree. I think fondant is
okay, so that's my main point.
But if you can do buttercream and you can make the buttercream look like, because I don't like the deconstructed look.
Yeah, the naked look.
But I like the appeal of fondant because it's like smooth.
But I don't like the taste of
right.
Fondant.
But so like But also, why are wedding cakes $2,000?
Yeah,
that's the real issue. That's no way. That's what it costs you, and I'll die on that hill. All right. Last question. Will we include Parker, our dog?
So I've thought about this pretty thoroughly. I would love for her to like run down the aisle once we're up at the altar.
Yeah, maybe she has her rings tied to her necklace.
My only logistical thing is like then we need someone to like bring her home or something, and everyone that we know is gonna be there. So we would have to like hire someone to like wrangle the dog essentially.
I mean, there's an indoor part of the venue we could put her in.
Yeah, but I just don't want to have to.
Yeah,
like...
I don't know. But I definitely want her part because she's got to be there for pictures and stuff too.
Yeah, we just need someone to find someone to watch her and take care of her while we're getting there.
So
Cool.
All right, guys, that is it. Part 2 of the wedding Q&A is officially over.
64 parts to go.
All right. Thank you guys for sending in those questions. We are happy to answer them. Hopefully they helped you or made sense to you if you were looking for help, or just gave you any kind of info you wanted to know about our wedding process. We clearly have a lot to figure out still, and we're very much so working on it, while also not really working on it. But we're enjoying this planning process, and we love sharing all of this with you. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment if we didn't answer your question. Maybe we'll get to it in the comments, and we'll see you next time.